Oxford Placement Test 1 by Dave Allen. Published and copyright Oxford University Press, 2004.
Look at the example below. Listen to the CD. You will hear the example once only. Decide which word you hear, soap or soup.
A. Will you get me some soup at the supermarket?
The word was soup, so soup is ticked. Now look at these examples and listen to the CD again. This time you tick the words you hear. Example, if you hear shorts, tick shorts.
B.
The team need new shorts.
C. They've recently developed a new kind of vine around here.
The words on the CD were shorts and vine. So the correct answers look like this.
B. The team need new shorts. C. They've recently developed a new kind of vine around here.
Now the test will begin. Listen to the CD and tick the words you hear.
1.
I gather you've been having trouble with your hearing.
2.
A number of students are expected to join the advanced composition class.
3.
This beard of mine is awfully itchy. I'll be glad when it grows.
4.
I doubt if he's very comfortable in his present bed.
5.
Have you played tennis very much recently?
6.
Martina lives in a great big Frisian barn.
7.
Do you have any idea how long ago it was founded?
8.
Your letter must have crossed with my own.
9.
One thing I really loathed in the late 90s was the style of the clothes.
10.
My sister says she's a very nice person.
11.
That Dutch friend of mine you met yesterday is a very good chess player.
12.
That's the euro equivalent of 40p.
13.
Do we need to change the clocks tonight?
14.
Today's a horrid day, isn't it?
15.
Well, I wonder what joys they have in store for us this time.
16.
Only 30% of those sampled can tell the difference between margarine and butter.
17.
I can't really say if I like jazz or not. Some kinds I do.
18.
She's been quite tearful the last couple of weeks.
19.
Williams now seems unlikely to regain her title.
20.
I think it's Steve on the phone.
21.
Why are you going to live in London?
22.
It is recommended that dyslexic students follow a remedial reading option.
23.
Do you have any idea where my glass is?
24.
It was only later we found out he wasn't injured.
25.
I can see to it if it has to be done.
26.
I see the pictures are starting to go yellow.
27.
If it hadn't been for him, they wouldn't have done it.
28.
Have you got any more of this blended butter?
29.
I don't think the management side took any notice.
30.
At the end of this test, the papers will be collected by the invigilators.
31.
If you have any problems, please contact the British consul immediately.
32.
During his holidays, he spends most of his time at the Lotus test track washing cars.
33.
Liverpool were rarely dangerous in the first half.
34.
Mind you don't tread on the glass.
35.
You've got a lash just under your eye.
Now turn over the page.
36.
Do you think you could talk us through the next bit of the film?
37.
How many texts are we going to need to get all the data we want?
38.
There's a fishery somewhere round here where they hatch trout by the thousand.
39.
Are you going to Penny's tonight?
40.
Do you think we could have 2 minibuses for the summer courses?
41.
Do you think Rick's place is still viable?
42.
We've gone through 2 days' money in less than an hour.
43.
I reckon I need a good holiday.
44.
This horse will have to be shod immediately.
45.
Can you get me some sealing tape when you're in town?
46.
Even if he leaves the country, he won't be safe from persecution.
47.
Since the accident, the only thing he can do is menial work.
48.
She's very much the committee type.
49.
You can get quite a view from up here.
50.
What can we do with this slot to make the timetable work?
51.
Keane was chaired off at the end of the match.
52.
The future of the party now seems to depend on delicate decisions to be worked out at local level.
53.
Have you done much riding recently?
54.
We've all been heartened by recent events.
55.
What we have here is essentially a fiscal problem.
56.
Make sure you keep the ropes tight.
57.
I think they set the exam last week.
58.
You'll need a massive cheese to make a fondue for that many people.
59.
I can't really advise you without knowing the type of context you're presupposing.
60.
The visit went ahead in defiance of the government's views.
61.
I thought his behaviour was unexceptionable.
62.
Look at the clouds over there.
63.
Her ambition is to become a belly dancer.
64.
Did you get a chance to dry it out?
65.
If you look very carefully, you can see there used to be a cabin up there.
66.
Recent EU regulations have been disastrous for British fish stocks.
67.
Pollution's a real threat to the North American bison.
68.
Have you had an invitation to the launch?
69.
Do you know if she's Finnish?
70.
Yorkshire and Wales are both famous for their pony trials.
Now, turn over the page.
71.
We just didn't think he'd be armed.
72.
I'm not feeling so ill today.
73.
They're old things they've grown out of, so you can take them for the jumble sale.
74.
My brother-in-law left Euston early this morning, so he should get here tonight.
75.
The profitability of North Sea oil rigs is very dependent on the quality of the crude they find.
76.
You can buy logs by the barrel load at the local timber works.
77.
I hear you've got a new arrival.
78.
Who is responsible for sending the inventory?
79.
We'll be letting them have a newer system if they want one.
80.
He works for a company called J&B.
81.
Have you read the latest book on Watergate by H.A. Haldeman?
82.
Some motels now have hairdryers in the cloakrooms.
83.
Recent legislation makes it imperative that women work together to help each other.
84.
The social services try to ensure that children who need them get free meals every day.
85.
It's Richard's birthday on Sunday, so he'll have to do it on Monday.
86.
I gather their child is autistic.
87.
She was terribly scarred as a result of the accident.
88.
This year, Britain's top oarsman rode to his third world title.
89.
He's an eternal student.
90.
At Kilverston Wildlife Park, they've got an Andean buffalo.
91.
In England, all rod users must have a licence.
92.
I'd like you to be responsible for the personnel side of the deal.
93.
He and Woosnam could well turn the tables next week.
94.
Who's going to propose the loyal toast?
95.
England would never have scored if it hadn't been for that free kick by Beckham.
96.
Such measures have never previously been taken in the absence of a precedent.
97.
When I saw the terrain, I realised I would never catch him.
98.
We haven't had any more news to date.
99.
It's hard not to lose face in a situation like that.
100.
I've just heard that these tests have been pirated in Japan.
That's the end of Oxford Placement Test number 1.